Assalamu alaikum. This is Abdul Qayyum from Beloved Pakistan YouTube channel. The topic is in English today, and the topic is who is wise and who is unwise. The topic is who is wise and who is unwise. So let us start today's talim. Wise and unwise. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, "The wise man is he who has molded himself to perform such deeds as are pleasing to Allah Ta'ala and performs deeds which are the value after death. And an incompetent and silly person is he who follows his baser desires and puts false hopes in Allah Ta'ala." Note: the hadith means that it is a folly to follow one's sensual desires without bothering about what is lawful or unlawful, and yet entertaining high hopes that Allah Ta'ala, who is the Lord of infinite mercy, will forgive one's sins, thus, thus beguiling oneself with vain hopes. It occurs in another hadith that a wise man is he who earns virtues for the life after death, and a naked, helpless person is he who has no faith. Naked means helpless person is he who has no faith. O Allah, the true life is only the life of the Akhirah, Al-Jami, Al-Saghir. That is to say, the life of the Akhirah is eternal, and he who passes into the next world without any virtues to his credit is like one who has wasted his lifetime. We should learn to distinguish between two different attitudes with regard to the mercy and forgiveness of Allah. The attitude of a person holding true expectations of Allah's mercy and forgiveness, who craves His mercy, who craves for His mercy and begs it of Him. And the second, the attitude of an impudent sinner who persists in sins and beguiles himself with vain hopes of forgiveness. यानी without working any काम नहीं करता, सिर्फ बातें करता है, काम नहीं करता, बातें करता है और अल्लाह से उम्मीदें लगाता है कि अल्लाह माफ़ कर देगा. ऐसे कहीं भी काम नहीं चलता. अल्लाह की बात करना ना, अल्लाह का कहना मानना ना, नबी सल्लल्लाहु अलैहि वसल्लम को तरीक़ों को अपनाना ना, और उम्मीदें लंबी लंबी बात के रखना. मेरा रब जो बड़ा गफूर रहीम है. What say Imam Razi? Imam Razi Rahmatullah says the following two ayat of the Quran should suffice to deprecate the attitude of those who are deceived by vain hopes of Allah's mercy and forgiveness despite their persistence in sins. There is a ayat, that nearest meaning of ayat is, let not the life of the world beguile you, lest you should indulge in worldly pursuits and neglect the other worldly gains. Nor let the deceiver shaitan beguile you with regard to Allah. This is the part of Surah Al-Quman. Second, you tempted yourself into error and hesitated and doubted, and vain desires beguiled you. Surah Hadid, Ayat 1:4. Commenting on the first ayah, Sayyid ibn Jubair Rahmatullah alayh says, Shaitan beguiles a person with regard to Allah through seducing him to persist in sins and giving him false hopes of forgiveness. The second ayah occurs in Surah Al-Hadid 14. The preceding ayah describes a spectacle of the day of Qiyamah when the Mu'mineen believers will come with a kind of nur, light, shining forth before them to help them on the way across the bridge laid over Jahannam. And in the following ayah, Allah Ta'ala says, on that day when the hypocrites among men and women will say unto the believers, wait for us, that we may borrow from your light. This will be on Nusrat. That we may borrow from your light, it will be said, go back and seek for light nur. Then there will separate them a wall wherein is a gate, the inner side whereof contains mercy. Allah Akbar. While the outer side thereof is toward the doom. They, the hypocrites, will cry unto them, saying, were we not with you? They, the believers, will say, yes, verily, but you tempted yourself into error, awaited evil turns of fortunes for the Muslims, and doubted the truth of Islam. And vain desires beguiled you till the ordinance of Allah about death, about death came to pass, and the deceiver Shaitan deceived you concerning Allah. Surah Hadith 13:14. Abu Sufyan radhiyallahu anhu is reported to have said by way of commentary on this ayah, you tempted yourself into error means, yes, the hypocrites were led astray owing to your persistence in sins, and you were beguiled by false hopes, for you used to say, Allah will forgive us our sins. Adur al-Mansur, the author of Al-Mazahir, writes that Sheikh Ibn Abbad, Sheikh Shazili, Rahmatullah, has said in his explanatory discourse on Al-Hikam, a famous book, the divines say that entertaining false hopes of Allah's mercy will deceive a person into neglect of virtues and lend him the audacity to commit sins. Such hopes are in reality vain desires, implied by Shaitan as a means of deceiving people. Allah guard us, Allah help us, Allah grant us to do good deeds, inshallah. This was the talim, and the topic of this was about the person who are wise and the person who are unwise. God has given opportunity in this world. This life is temporary. God have given one chance. We have only one chance. In Islam, we have created this that a person will get only one chance in this world. This dunya is Darul Amal, and the Akhirah is Darul Jaza. So do good deeds, pray 5 times, and invite other persons daily basis. Assalamu alaikum. Please subscribe, like, share. My channel is to spread light, Noor. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Wa ta'awanu 'alal birri wat taqwa wa la ta'awanu 'alal ismi wal udwan. Thank you. Jazakumullah khair. Ahsanal jaza.